the infected will slowly mutate into a zombie leader and destroy the entire Dawntown. No, it hurts. Help me.
Nora, no! Hang in!
I need serum to cure Nora. Construct a scout camp and search around Dawntown.
Executive official. Conducting a thorough survey of the outskirts of Dawntown. Many dangers lurk behind us. I should prepare and set out to find the serum.
I like they show me who does what damage.
It's a cargo truck. It's Newb's. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any more survivors. So let's make good use of this figure. How's that? Let's park the truck here. And remember to send someone to unload the truck regularly.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Shoot him up.
It's Monday, which means it's murder, mystery, and makeup Monday.
Hey, Tim. He's asleep. Now we gotta find the person. He's asleep. Now we gotta find the person.
Hi, my name is Bailey Sarian. On Mondays, I sit down and I talk about a true crime story that's been heading on my
Lollipop chainsaw.
at the same time. If you're
Where you got her
into
from?
crime and you like makeup, I would highly suggest you subscribe because I'm here for you on Mondays. Except for like the last 3 months. So sorry, you guys. Okay, listen. So the last 3 Mondays, I was sick. I'm so sorry. It was not technically planned, and then it just kind of happened. And we're working on something else that's going to become a series.
You good, but I don't want to pay for it.
It's like all boiling down, like right now. So it's like all this stuff. And I'm not the one-man show, baby. Okay, I'm trying my best out here. I'm just trying my damn best. And I've learned that I can't do it all, and that's okay. But I'm here now, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate your patience with me. So before we jump into today's story, we do have a sponsor, so let's get into that really quick. Hi, I'm coming in here today to tell you that today's video is sponsored by Tasteify. What is Tasteify, you ask? Tasteify is an accessory brand specializing anything you need to protect the phone cases, AirPod cases, watch bands, and many other tech accessories. Oh my gosh. Case-to-Five cases are slim and protected. Their impact cases are engineered with a 2-layer construction of Q-Tech and drop tech approved for drops up to 6.6. Much more protected than those cheaper alternatives you find like on Amazon and whatnot, you know? Yeah. Yeah. There are so many different designs to choose from, so you can pick your favorite color or print and match your phone to your own personal style. Is that fun? You can also add your name or monogram to a truly custom case. My initials are BS. So, Casetify lets you have the best of both worlds, protection equals personality. It's like a condom, but for your phone, you know, like protect it. Casetify's antimicrobial coating keeps your case germ-free, killing 99% of bacteria. They're also partially made of recycled plastic, so you can feel good about your phone looking good. So personally, I have a Casetify with a just looking at it for the first time. This is what I'm currently using. Look, this color is just like there's so many different cases to choose from. You're definitely going to have a hard time choosing one. Okay, right now you can go to casetify.com/BaileySarian today and get 15% off your new favorite phone case. That's right, baby. Go to casetify.com/BaileySarian and get 15% off your new favorite phone case. A big thank you to Casetify for partnering with me on today's video, but most of all, big thank you to you guys, because without you, I wouldn't be here right now. And that's a fact. And we're back! So before we jump into today's story, I should add a disclaimer. Warning. The following presentation is intended for mature audiences. It contains graphic descriptions of crime scenes, adult dialogue, and strong language. Your discretion is advised. So today's story is... It's a little weird. It's not weird. It's just like, I just don't understand people. I don't think I will ever understand people. Do you understand people? No, I didn't think so. Like, what the hell is going on sometimes, you know? Let me clip my hair back. If you're ever curious as to what I'm using, I will list it down in the description box down below. But let's get into today's story. Oh my god, I didn't do my eyebrows. Oops. Who am I? Oh dear. Bobby Jo Stinnett. Do you know her? Do you know the story? Well, let me tell you. She grew up in Graham, Missouri. Now, it was said that she was quiet, she was super kind, she was a really good student, and she had a love of horses and dogs. She and her husband, who went by the name Zeb, his real name was like Zebulon, they were high school sweethearts, and both of them had graduated from, I'm going to butcher this, Nottoway Holt High School in 2000.
There's somebody out there.
There's nobody.
Oh, keep asking. Fucking hotter than half of the girls on there. Someone sent you a chat. Someone sent you a chat.
So Darlene was interested in a carrier police from their most
How much is that? Oh well. Money's money. Does he have the money? How much is he offering?
She described her daughter's wounds
Nephew.
as looking as if her stomach exploded. Paramedics were unsuccessful in their attempts to revive Bobby Joe, and she was pronounced dead at St. Francis Hospital in Maryville. So an Amber Alert was set out for a red Toyota Corolla that was seen in the driveway of Bobby Joe's house, and it was issued out in hopes of enlisting help from the general public. So they're asking the general public, we need your help finding this car. And initially, the Amber Alert was denied because
one
never been
person
used before in the case of a
buy a-
unborn
I
child.
don't know.
Remember, Bobby Joe was pregnant, and when she was found, the baby was missing. So they're sending out this Amber Alert, but there's no description of the victim that's missing, the baby. I mean, it's never been done before, so they don't. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But they put one out. Congressman Sam Graves intervened, and the alert request was granted. So they did send it out in hopes that somebody had some information as to at least, like, had anyone seen this car? Baby's missing. They don't know what the baby looks like, but like, how do we even solve this? I don't know. I guess, like, did anyone show up randomly with a baby who doesn't have a baby? I guess that would be the biggest clue. This is something of like your worst nightmares. I'm sorry, but it is. To be pregnant and to have somebody not only murder you, but take your unborn child. Like, what in the world? What? I just can't believe that there's people out there like this. This to me is just like, my brain cannot compute this. It just can't. It just really can't. I don't know. Anyways, so back at the crime scene, there was no sign of forced entry. This told investigators that Bobby Joe, she most likely knew her attacker, because
Bad enough name boy Bobby Joe, let alone a girl. Poor thing. Well, how'd you get the name? Well, they named me after my dad, and then they named me after my grandfather, so they came up with Bobby Joe. Not that coming. I ain't never met a girl named Willow.
Or something, but I pray to whatever you believe in. This never happens to you, right? No. But if somebody's attacking you, this is so awful, but like maybe you get out, make sure
Remaining supply should hold out for a while.
under your nails. I'm talking to get your DNA under your nails. 18 people will literally found with the DNA.
I'll finish it in one round.
I pray it never happens to
Okay,
you, right?
lass mich in Ruhe.
Shit out of people, attackers, okay? So, yeah, people on she got hair, like hair, so like that. People also have cuts on her hands.
That's your money face.
And she's also hit on the rigidly low and the right side of her head during the struggle. Eventually, Bobby Joe's attacker got the better of her, stringing her to death before distracting and making off with Bobby Joe's premature baby. I don't know what the hell is going on.
We don't have to wait too long.
So, not only
The facilities are
teammates on that day was so bloody,
Compassion is the last hope for
still
this.
traumatized by it to this day.
Remaining supply.
Something that I always forget to Google, but I always been curious. For anyone out there who's like a detective or something and sees these really awful crime scenes, do they offer you guys like therapy and stuff, or do they not? I really hope they do. I would think they would, but I don't have a lot of faith in the system taking care of their employees.
Du
But
glaubst,
I could
du
be
kannst
wrong.
wir aufnehmen.
I don't know how you could just be normal after doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, of course, word over on the Ratter Chatter forum about Bobby Joe's brutal murder was spreading like wildfire. People were talking. They were Ratter chattering it up. One of
The
them
facilities are lacking.
came forward and contacted the police because they remember the day before a woman
lass mich in
named
Ruhe.
Newb had contacted Bobby Joe about buying a puppy. And where they are, you know? But luckily this person did the right thing. So this woman had come forward with information with this information, police quickly tracked the IP address to a home out in Melbourne, Memphis that belonged to Lisa and Kevin
Sorry.
Bobby Joe and former co-leader of people who found poison and they connected those shares with 61
Get him out of here.
When they arrived, they noticed that outside their farmhouse home was a car that matched the description of the one listed on the Amber Alert. Now, a red Toyota Corolla is pretty common, but it's still questionable. So they go into the house and they find Lisa kind of laying around watching TV, and she's holding a baby named Abigail. And they notice that this baby Abigail had a cut over her eye. This psycho ass lady, I swear to you. So Lisa told the police the same story she told her husband the day before, that she delivered the infant girl at a nearby birthing center in Topeka. And then the morning,
Sorry.
So she tells her husband, like, oh, wait for a second, I need to talk to them. And she tells the police that she had actually given birth to Abigail at home for a baby. And after she gave birth, she took the placenta and she threw it into a nearby river. That makes lots of sense, right? So that's what she had done. I guess that was supposed to be believable. Now, things, of course, weren't adding up, and they bring Lisa down to the sheriff's office for more questioning. So they question her for like an hour or so, and Lisa's story just fell apart, and then she confessed. She told them that she had actually driven the 130-mile trip of a test run on the 15th before traveling back on the 16th to murder Bobby Joe. Lisa said she was using a cord, she strangled Bobby Joe, and having spent time watching videos online about home births or C-section procedures, she felt confident enough to use the sharp kitchen knife to cut the baby off. What the hell? I don't know. So Lisa obviously was charged with kidnapping, which resulted in the death of Bobby Joe, and the baby was safely recovered and returned to Zeb, who named her Victoria Joe. So, with all this information, who the heck was Lisa Marie Montgomery? Her middle name is Marie. Whose middle name isn't Marie? Everyone's middle name is Marie. Why? I need to know. But who is Lisa Montgomery? Well, it turns out she actually has a very sad story. It doesn't mean that she shouldn't be held accountable for what she did, but I think, she had a really awful life, and it makes sense. Okay, the whole thing with these videos, I have to figure out how this story happened, because I think that's kind of in Melbourne, Kansas. Her I'm not really sure as to why she stayed and the other one was taken away. His other children later confirmed that their father was a violent alcoholic and Lisa was allegedly beaten and raped by her stepfather and also by his friends starting at the age of 11. So they would be like, the parents, the grown adults here, would be like, come on over, have a child that you can take advantage of and do whatever you want with. Like, how sick are you? I don't get, what the fuck? So at the age of 13, while living in Sperry, Oklahoma, Lisa's stepfather built a special room in his trailer. He could attack her privately. Yeah, he would also store his liquor there, and Lisa turned to that. She would start drinking alcohol in hopes to find some kind of escape from it all. So when Lisa was 14, her mother discovered that the abuse was going on. Now, as if this story cannot get any worse, and I'm sorry for laughing, I'm just so uncomfortable because her mother discovers that she's being abused, right? Her mother goes into the room and she's being abused by her stepfather, like during one of the attacks in the trailer. Now, instead of being like, oh my God, my daughter, like, how could you do this? Let me help my daughter. No. Instead, she threatened Lisa with a gun because her mom believed that Lisa had seduced her husband and Lisa was the one to be blamed here. Lisa described it as like the most terrifying night of her life. Not only that, she just felt extremely alone because nobody had her back. Nobody was looking out for her. How the hell do you grow up and be a normal person, you know? And again, I'm not trying to excuse what she does in her life because what she did was awful. She should not have done that. But like, God, this poor girl. Oh my God, I just want to like punch her family in the face. It was also around this time that her mother started trafficking her. She was allowing anybody with money, handymen, electricians, plumbers, come on over, sexually abuse my daughter Lisa in exchange for work on the house. We've got some wires up there I need fixing. I don't have any money, but I got a daughter. Mother of the goddamn year award goes to not her. Wow. So this is all going on for a very long time.
Damn, she wasn't even getting cash.
She ends up confiding
money
in
just
her
worked
cousin,
around the
telling
house.
him
Damn.
that men would tie her up, beat her, urinate on her.
What
and
the
for
hell?
some reason, the cousin.
Why are you venting about my life?
The cousin was at the time, but the cousin never did anything about it. And I think a lot of us
Because we ain't got $20.
why wouldn't you do anything? But when you're a kid, not all kids, but a lot of kids are like terrified of the adults in their life. They don't feel confident enough to speak out. You know, they don't have like a safe space to speak out. So I think that's why the cousin didn't say anything. Maybe it was happening to them. I don't know. Shit. So Judy, Lisa's mom, ended up divorcing her second husband, and Lisa testified about the sexual assaults during the divorce proceedings. Now, the judge in the case, he went off on Judy for not reporting the abuse, yet the judge never reported the abuse either. So there's just a lot of fuck-ups going on. Right? So at one point, Lisa tried to escape the chaotic home by marrying her stepbrother, his name was Carl Bowman, in 1986, and she was only 18 at the time. She saw it as like her way out, but the relationship was not the escape from violence like she was hoping it would be, because this guy was just as bad as all the other ones. So at one point, one of Lisa's brothers found a home movie of Carl raping and beating Lisa. He described it as violent, like a scene out of a horror movie. He was just absolutely sick from watching it, and yet had no idea what to do or how to talk to Lisa about it. So friends and family, they did notice that Lisa had a tendency to slip into like a world of her own, which probably was a sign of a mental illness, like her disconnecting, but they just thought that she was like a daydreamer. She's just a daydreamer. Lisa and Carl, they had 4 children together in a very short period of time. It was like bang, 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 4 kids. And according to Carl, Lisa loved the attention she got when she was pregnant. It's like everybody seemed to cater to her. Makes sense, because I've heard this before from like other women who are pregnant. Like, you get a lot of attention when you're pregnant. It's something you never really think about. I've never been pregnant, so but I could see that, and she just loved that. Anyways, is what I'm getting at. She loved the attention she was getting when she was pregnant. And then in 1990, when their final child was born 2 months premature, doctors feared that Lisa would not be able to carry another pregnancy to term. So they recommended that she get her tubes tied. Now, Lisa was like really hesitant to do it. She didn't want to get her tubes tied because she wanted to have more kids. But her stepbrother, aka husband, and her mom told her that she needed to do it and like force the procedure upon her. So she ended up going through with it. Lisa ends up agreeing to the procedure to get her tubes tied. But she was bummed. She was devastated. She wanted to have more kids. I don't think because she actually liked the child. I think because she liked being pregnant. Which, like, girl, you could have just gotten one of those like fake bellies and just worn that forever, right? So after the procedure, Lisa ends up claiming 2 different times that she was pregnant, and Carl, her husband or stepbrother or whatever he is, he's like, "You're not pregnant. There's no way. Like, you're lying. You got your tubes tied. You're not pregnant." And Carl is just sick of her shit, so he ends up divorcing her in 1993. Now, somehow the two of them, they end up like making amends and falling in love again or something, and they get remarried in 1994. And then in 1998, the two of them break up for good when Lisa took the 4 children to live with Kevin Montgomery. Kevin had 3 children of his own, and he lived with his parents. And 2 years later, in the year 2000, Lisa and Kevin got married. So during her marriage to Kevin, she claimed to be pregnant 3 different times. The last time being in 2004 with a due date of January 16th. So during these quote-unquote pregnancies, Lisa dressed in maternity clothes and even told people of like her upcoming due dates. Kevin was unaware that she actually got her tubes tied, so he believed her each time she told him that she was pregnant. I mean, he had no reason to believe like she would be lying to him. And Lisa eventually had to tell Kevin that she lost the baby. The first time she told Kevin that she had an abortion in New Mexico, and then the second time she told him that there was something wrong with the baby and she miscarried and had the body donated to science. Now, Kevin, what's he gonna say? I don't know, nothing. He's got nothing to say. He's like, okay, because Kevin's former wife said that she was skeptical when she heard about Lisa's most recent pregnancy, and that Kevin, he just had really like poor social skills, and he was easily manipulated. So Carl, her ex-husband, got exposed. Not even working. When taking her to court in order to gain custody of the 2 of their 4 children together. The custody hearing was set for January 25th, 2005, and he was just going to tell them all like she's a liar, make her look bad so he could take the kids. So in November of 2004, Lisa called Carl to tell him that she was going to prove him wrong. She had an unusual air of confidence about her. Now, it's speculated that Lisa, alongside her long history of trauma and severe mental illness, felt extreme pressure and need to produce a baby in order to counter the charge of lying about her pregnancies and to stop Carl from getting custody of the children. So it's believed that's why she went, killed Bobby Joe, took Victoria Joe, the baby, out of... They keep calling it kidnapping, but is that kidnapping? Because in my mind, cutting a baby out of someone's stomach is not kidnapping. So that's why they believe this happened, because she needed to produce a baby for the trial, So at a pre-trial hearing, a neuropsychologist testified that head injuries that Lisa had sustained some years earlier kind of damaged the part of her brain that controls aggression. And Lisa's original legal team met for dinner to discuss the case. There were many challenges that they faced. Lisa had drawn global headlines when federal prosecutors accused her of strangling Bobby Joe to death, slicing open her belly, and kidnapping the unborn baby. And there was really little to no room for doubt that Lisa committed the crime because she was arrested while cradling the baby in her arms. Like, this lady's just insane. So the debate at dinner was sparked by the team fighting amongst themselves as to who would be in charge, not how they would handle the case. The relationships between the three lawyers soured, and they eventually all but one dropped off the case. The judge, Judge Gary Fenner, he assigned John P. O'Connor and Frederick Duchart to be Lisa's defense attorney. Some would even describe it as the dream team because like they just always won their cases. Like you got these people on their side. But John, a former prosecutor, was Kansas City's most successful go-to criminal defense lawyer. Frederick had tried more than a dozen capital cases. He was also an attorney who had more clients sentenced to death in federal court than any defense lawyer in America. So this Frederick guy, he was extremely busy. He was extremely busy with the case. And at that time, he was only able to visit Lisa 3 times. And Lisa seemed to like really not trust men for a good freaking reason. But Lisa really didn't trust him. She didn't trust men. So in order to develop like some kind of rapport with her, he ends up sending his wife, named Ryland, to visit her in prison. Now, Ryland had no experience investigating death penalty cases. Her expertise was in force therapy for autistic children, but she's on the case now, and she went to go visit Lisa 16 times. Her and Lisa became very close. So as Lisa's trial date approached in October of 2007, Frederick was convinced he could secure a not guilty verdict by suggesting that Bobby Joe was killed by Lisa's brother Tommy, and it was Tommy who gave his sister's baby to Lisa. That was the new plan. Now, unfortunately, just a few weeks before the trial, Tommy, he had an alibi. His alibi emerged. And at the time of Bobby Joe's murder, Tommy had been meeting with his probation officer. So that little situation, the plan to blame Tommy, wasn't going to work for them. Sorry. Her family now believes she had been the one who decided to lay blame on her brother, which revoking their agreement to cooperate. The possibly life-saving evidence of providing Lisa's life story of abuse was no longer available to them from the source. So they had to come up with a new strategy, which was getting Lisa to admit that she had indeed killed Bobby Joe, but proved that she was not guilty by reason of insanity. So if her lawyers could get the jury to believe, as they did, that Lisa suffered from depression, borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and also phantom pregnancy, like that's a condition where a woman believes she's pregnant even though she's not. Remember we talked about it in the Bloody Mary story? Do you remember? Phantom pregnancies where like a woman thinks she's pregnant and then your body reacts and you experience symptoms of pregnancy such as like swelling of the belly, your menstruation stops. I hate that word. And then also you may feel like movement in your stomach. Isn't that wild? So unfortunately though, like this theory, it didn't stand in court, and the prosecution managed to have forensic psychiatrist Clark Gates, who worked with his prosecutors on the cases of Jeffrey Dahmer and Stephen Dahmer. Who did both of those numbers, you might say. Anyways, they testified that the Biden administration offered the defense's main expert witness with voodoo science and excluded from the case entirely because it had no scientific.
There's somebody. Get it on. Get the car. There's somebody wants to see you in this dick.
Give what?
It usually happens a little bit later. You ever notice that? No, say it's gonna happen. Manifest. It's gonna happen. Say with me. It's gonna happen. Because you weren't here. I'm on Detroit. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So, parents are trying to appeal the case. They don't want her to die to get a death penalty. And then during the appeals process,
you got a beautiful body, beautiful face, butt, pussy. I got a beautiful dick.
Suffering from florid psychosis, bipolar disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. She was often disassociated from reality, and as a result from her many beatings, had suffered permanent brain damage because of all this. Before her trial, neither the prosecution nor her own defense team had investigated the relationship between Lisa's many symptoms and her traumatic history. During the trial, the jury found that Lisa was pretty much strong. She showed like no remorse for her actions. She showed really no emotion.
Don't mess with me!
You asked for it. We must protect what we have.
As long as the sun rises in the morning, the world shall not end.
How
are you? Did you miss me? I definitely missed you. It's been a while. I'm so sorry I disappeared on you. How many times have I said that? I know, huh? Yeah. When I went through kind of like kaboom, like wow, it really my life turned upside down, and I just needed a break because I just needed a break because, and I think that's a good enough answer. And yeah, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be here, and
What
this
is
is a new chapter, this new era is what I'm thinking of it as. I feel good. I'm happy. Thank you for being patient and being understanding and being supportive. I appreciate you guys for like reaching out and asking if I'm okay. I'm definitely okay. Just a bump in the road. It happens in life, and it is what it is. But I'm here now, and I'm excited. Also, I was thinking about this really quick. No theme song. I'm not going to do a theme song moving forward because I feel like this has got to be a new era. I just got to move forward. I don't know. The theme song just doesn't feel right now. I'm reclaiming my space and I'm taking my murder mystery and makeup back. I feel like this last year I really let everybody's opinions and thoughts and comments and everything get into my head, and I kind of forgot, like, why did I do this in the first place? Because I was just trying to make everybody happy. Do the right things, all that stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. No, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to stay true to myself, right? As one should. And that's what I'm going to do. I mean, just like many of you out there, David Sarian, I too am interested in true crime. And I just want to talk about it. That's all that this is, really. Netflix has just been making it rain so much true crime, right? Like, it's getting out of control. It's just everywhere you look. It's like, whoa, something new. I have come across so many stories that I want to talk about. I'm very excited. And yeah, I'm just happy to be back. I think that's really what I'm a little more because I Before we jump into today's story, we do have a sponsor, and I want to give a big thank you to Best Fiends. Hi, Best Fiends. This is our partner with me video. They too have been quite patient with me. I'm like, hey, are you ever going to upload? And I'm like, yeah. Eventually. Anyway, if you haven't heard of Best Fiends, first off, where have you been? Best Fiends, if you don't know, is an adventure game where you solve thousands of fun puzzles and collect cute characters along the way called Fiends. I personally love Best Fiends. It's so fun. And I think it's safe to say that I just can't stop. It's so fun. The thousands of fun puzzles and games keep you constantly entertained, and honestly, you can just get lost in playing the game for hours and hours and hours, and it's just, I love it. I cannot stop. They also have these super cute characters, and the more levels that you win, the more themes you get to collect. I usually play Best Fiends whenever I have some downtime, like when I'm watching Golden Girls. I still don't watch Golden Girls and Seinfeld. So I've been watching since I've been on break, really. So we're playing Best Fiends, laying in bed, and just going off. I mean, you really can play Best Fiends whenever. I've been playing for quite some time now, and it never gets old because the puzzles are constantly new and challenging. Let me tell you what level I'm on. It's ridiculous. Don't judge me. I'm on level 1,486. I've obviously put some time into this game. I think that's safe to say. I'm telling you, babe, it's real fun. I'm going to play it right now if I don't take it down. Hold on. Download the game for free using my link below to get $5 worth of gold and energy for free if you beat level 5. I'm on 1,400 and what? I think you could beat level 5. And remember, it's just like Friends, but without the R. Best Fiends. A big thank you to Best Beans for partnering with me on today's episode. Let's get to today's story. I'm like extra hyper just because, I don't know,
You've
just
got the right
excited
people
to be
for that
here.
then.
If you're ever
We're
curious
zombie
to know what
hunters.
I'm
Leave the
using, I
zombies
will
ahead.
list it down in the description box down below. Okay, but other than that, let's get into today's story. So, today's story takes place in a little town in Missouri called Independence. Yes, it's called Independence. Which I guess is like an adorable little neighborhood just east of Kansas City. And back in the 1940s, Independence had around 16,000 people living there. And then in the 50s and 60s, they had like a big boom. It was like growing a lot. And it went from 62,000 people to then like 110,000 people by the 1970s. Our story takes place in 1960 in this growing town of Independence. So in this town, there was a girl named Sharon. And growing up, friends would say, even at a young age, I guess, Sharon was always thinking about the day when she could get the hell out of this small town of Independence and move to like a big city, you know? Like Los Angeles or New York. And by the time Sharon was 16, she was obsessed with reading magazines and following celebrity gossip. It was like a glamour to her. She just wanted a life outside of this small town. As many. The summer when Sharon was 16 years old, she met a guy named James at a church event. Now, James was 22 at the time, so, you know, it's a little questionable, but okay. And he was home for the summer. I guess he ended up, going to the church event, and after he met Sharon. James was actually attending college at, how do you say this? Birmingham? I don't know. Birmingham. University is one of the world's
Telling you you're beautiful
right.
yet?
James was a college student
Are they
at
telling you you're
Brigham Young
beautiful?
University,
What's more
and
ways
he
to
was
get
also
clothes?
studying, or
Catherine
he
and
was
I.
an engineering student. He was like
What's her post that sexiness?
engineering
I don't know
student.
how
But
close
he
to
also
those
grew up in
things on
Independence,
there,
but he was
'cause-
able to break out of a small town and move to Provo,
One.
Utah. Sharon found she found this to be very exciting. Someone who actually broke out of a small town and like moved on to do bigger things. She was like, oh my god, really now. She was infatuated with him. And honestly, James seemed to be infatuated with Sharon as well. Isn't it cute of this? I thought her age, my friend Joe. She got this little warm temper for my birthday.
That's it. That's the one. It's from that patch.
I don't know what you want.
You don't do that. So the company independence and marry Sharon. Like, how is this very and after they get married,
Oh shit.
What?
I thought you were outside.
No, I was.
You better sit in there with her. Stop shaking your head.
But Sharon was also the one she was his old place and like hanging out with his old boyfriend that she had before she met James. But she was making James feel really bad. You know what I'm saying? You know when a cheater is being a cheater and they make you feel bad for having an affair or cheating. Meanwhile, they're actually cheating. That's her. I think one thing that irritated Sharon the most was the fact that
Small red house, which has just been made even better.
Hey, what's wrong? Oh my goodness. This isn't the last one. This is another one I found up there.
Yeah, no, there's one in the pack. That was the last one I was talking about.
No, there's another one in there.
What do you mean?
This one was just on the thing too.
There's two?
Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Protect what we have.
Yeah, give me a second. Almost done getting this thing. Then I'll take a monkey butt out.
like that. I need a new set of clothes. Think you could...
Susie, you're missing the basket. Susie? Joanne.
Susie has found a nice quiet space in Pepper's room.
Susie, what are you doing up here? Your mummy said it's 6 o'clock, and I always read a story at 6 o'clock, and everything downstairs is very loud, so I hate...
Susie Sheep, and Susie loves having sleepovers with her best friend. Good morning, everybody. I got a surprise for you. It is the Susie to show.
We agreed no chocolates before breakfast.
Breakfast is going to be even busier, so I'm ready. Oh, no. Grandma Pig has entered the breakfast room. Tasty waffles. Fred Martin is looking after Pepper and George. Are you sure you don't want to miss big babies instead? Pepper stays as they always please. Right, then, get ready. Pepper and George's cars will be going very fast. Careful now, not too quick or you might crash. But Pepper and George are very good at racing very fast. So, perhaps hurry along. Okay, crush. Takes 16 months, 20. Yes, I can see that. Now, remember, it's okay. We just need to make sure we time it all right.
Today, Pepper and George